Hello everyone, this is Manisha K, Assistant Professor cum Neuroscience Technologist from the Department of Neuroscience Technology, Yenepoya School of Allied Health Sciences, Yenepoya deemed to be University. Today I am here to present on the topic exploring the different types of headache. To begin with specific learning objectives, at the end of this session, the learner will be able to define the headache and its causes, explain the diagnostic approach to headache, differentiate the common types of headache, list the common non-neurological causes of headache, outline basic management and preventive measures. Moving on to the definition, headache isn't a disease, it's a symptom arising from psychological, neurological, ophthalmological or any other systemic disease. Meaning, headache is not a disease itself, it is a symptom which arises from underlying conditions in our body. For example, psychological causes like stress, anxiety, lack of sleep can cause headache. Neurological causes like migraine, tension type headache and intracranial pressure can also lead to headache. Pain and discomfort between orbits and occiput often arising from pain sensitive structures, which means pain can happen between front part of the brain, which is closer to the eyes, to the back side of the brain, which is closer to the occipital region. This pain basically it happens because of the certain structures which are present in and around the head which are sensitive to the pain. Now let's talk about the pain sensitive structures which are classified into two types, intracranial and extracranial pain sensitive structures. This picture clearly shows both the structures which includes cortical veins, basal arteries, dura of fossa, venous sinuses and scalp vessels and other structures like teeth and gums. So when these sensitive structures are scattered, inflamed or irritated, that causes headache. This is the prevalence, estimated prevalence for different types of headache with its percentage. For tension type headache, it is 50 to 70%. For migraine, it is 10 to 15. For medication overuse headache, it is 4%. Raised intracranial pressure, it is less than 0.01. For cluster headache, it is 0.1. Let's discuss about the diagnostic approach for the patients who presents with headache. For diagnosis, we must take the history of causes and types of the headache. Doctors may ask several questions regarding site, where exactly the headache is located, example, frontal, temporal, occipital and one side of the head. Moving on to the onset, it can be acute or gradual, chronicity and recurrence frequency, meaning how long this headache has been present and how often it is present. Accompanying symptoms, along with headache, there are other symptoms like nausea, vomiting, fever, headache, visual symptoms. So this can also be taken into history. The final factor is the precipitating factors. So those are the things that will trigger the headache like stress, lack of sleep, certain food items, menstruation and other visual disturbances which are sensitive to light and sounds. In children, the common cause for headache is fever or the infection which can be seen in the nose, throat or sinuses. Pyrexia, it's called as fever. They represent some mild illness because of cold or viral infection, but it can also be seen in severe conditions such as meningitis, encephalitis or cerebral abscess. Meningitis is the inflammation of the meningeal layers, encephalitis is the inflammation of the brain, cerebral abscess is the accumulation of pus in the brain. If the child presents with the neck stiffness or any impairment in the conscious level or they have any confusions, it can indicate that they need an urgent medical investigation. Obstructive hydrocephalus is also seen along with the headache. Obstructive hydrocephalus is a condition where the flow of the cerebrospinal fluid is blocked. So that leads to the accumulation of the fluid which increases the intracranial pressure in the head. If a child presents with unexplained headache, meaning the headache with no obvious reason, also if the child presents with a headache with other features like increase in head size or change in the personality or if decrease in any performances, some scanning tests should be done like CT or MRI. So these scanning tests are useful to identify severe causes such as obstructive hydrocephalus or any brain tumors or any other condition related to the brain in children under 5 years of age. So this is the picture where it clearly shows different types of headaches. The first is tension type headache, migraine, cluster headache, post-traumatic headache, medication overuse headache and sinus headache. Now let's talk about the types of headache in detail. The type 1 is tension type headache. It is the commonest form of headache you see in both males and females, but males are affected more in number. The characteristic is diffuse, which means it spreads throughout the head and it has a dull band-like headache and it gets worsened by touching and aggravated aggravated by noise. Attacks may be periodic or episodic, which means it occurs occasionally or repeatedly over a period of time. Even the patient experiences depression over a period of time. Now moving on to the frequency and duration. The frequency, it ranges from hours to several days, and it worsens towards the end of the day because of the muscle tension and the stress. And the mechanism of this headache is muscular in nature. There are some habits like clenching teeth, head posture, furrowing of brow. So these habits can lead to muscle tension and stress at the back of the neck, which leads to headache. There are these symptoms which also overlap with migraine headache. Now, how do we treat these patients? So we ask them to reduce the stress and also do meditation and also have a quality of sleep. So there are certain drugs like amitriptyline, tricyclic antidepressants or beta blockers are given. The next type is migraine. It's the most common type and it runs in families and it is a genetic tendency. It is a unilateral throbbing headache. As you can see in the picture, one side of the head has been having headache, which means they face pain in one side of the headache. Onset, it you can see in childhood, adolescence and also in early adult life. Incidence, it affects 5 to 10% of the population. Mostly females are affected, and 70% of the family history shows positive for migraine. There are two types of migraine. The first type is migraine with aura and second type is migraine without aura. Moving on to the first type of migraine, which is with aura, the patient experiences warning signs before the headache begins. The warning signs, it can be because of visual, sensory or the motor type. It gets worsened by bright light, causing nausea, vomiting, and the patient gets relieved by sleep. The first picture is scintillating scotoma, where you can see a blind spot surrounded by flashing or fluttering of lights. The second picture, where you can see a zigzag line in the visual field, it's also called as fortification. The name fortification came because it resembles the wall of the old forts. Now there are certain specific types of migraine with aura, which is the first type is basilar, second type is hemiplegic, the last one is retinal. The first type is basilar. Under that, the patient experiences bilateral visual symptoms, vertigo, limb paresthesia, tetraparesis, and it affects a young woman. And coming to the hemiplegic, they often misdiagnosed as stroke. And the final part is retinal. Here they have unilateral visual loss followed by the headache. Now moving on to the second type of migraine, which is without aura, where the patients will not experience any warning signs before the headache begins. Here they have the symptoms same as that of tension headache. Now how do we manage migraine? We identify and avoid the precipitating factors that trigger the migraine, like dietary, hormonal, stress, sleep deprivation, exercise. We give analgesics for relieving the pain like aspirin, sumatriptan, ergotamine, methylprednisolone. And we also give prophylactic treatment, which are the drugs that will prevent the headache and also reduce the frequency of the migraine. Drugs like pitocin, antidepressants and anticonvulsants. The next type is medication overuse headache. Here the patients sometimes take analgesics or migraine medication for over a period of time, which can be more than 14 days a month. That causes medication overuse headaches. They do not respond to prophylactic agents, but sometimes it improves on stopping the analgesics. The next type of the migraine which we are going to discuss is transform migraine. It occurs when the patient already has a previous migraine attack, but later it changes to have headache on everyday basis. But that is called transform migraine, and without using over medication. It usually responds to migraine prophylactic agents. Moving on to the post-traumatic headache. After head injury, the patient experiences a headache which resembles similar to that of migraine or tension type headache, accompanied by other symptoms like lightheadedness, irritability, difficulty in concentration and coping up with work. So this will often respond to amitriptyline or migraine prophylaxis. The next type of headache is cluster headache. It is seen in middle-aged males. Episodes of severe unilateral pain around one eye is seen. It lasts for 10 minutes to 2 hours. Often patient wakes up from sleep at night because of this pain. Associated with conjunctival infection, which is meaning of redness of eye, lacrimation, watering of eye, rhinorrhea, where you see running of nose, and Horner syndrome. Moving on to the giant cell temporal arteritis, it is an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is something where our immune system attacks the blood vessels. Here the blood vessel involvement is superficial temporal artery. So this artery becomes thickened, tender, non-pulsable because of the inflammation. So some of the symptoms they experience is stroke, hearing loss, myelopathy, nerve dysfunction, jaw claudication, blindness, double vision, weight loss. Jaw claudication is a pain in the jaw where blood supply is reduced to the jaw region. Now for diagnosis, blood tests like ECR and C protein is elevated because of the inflammation, and blood film shows anemia, thrombocytosis. And immediate treatment of prednisolone 60 mg is given as it is important for the diagnosis and treatment. Moving on to the headache from raised intracranial pressure. As you can see in the picture, it indicates both normal and elevated levels of intracranial pressure. The normal level is 5 to 15 mm, elevated is 20 to 25 mm Hg. So elevation can happen either due to the accumulation of CSF in the brain or because of hypertension. There are many other reasons for that. It is generalized, which is the meaning is the headache can be spread throughout the brain. It gets aggravated by coughing, it worsens in morning, severity gradually progresses. If the headache is severe, it gets associated with other symptoms like vomiting, consciousness, impairment or loss of vision. So after lumbar puncture, there will be a reduction in intracranial pressure because CSF is removed. So that condition is called low pressure headache. It gets worsened by standing and it gets normal by lying down. The last type of headache under neurological causes of headache is intracranial hemorrhage. So here this is the severe condition where the pain, it spreads from the top of the head to the bottom of the head. It's called as sudden blow because the pain is really worse. It is accompanied by other symptoms like vomiting, neurological signs which are suggestive of bleeding or hematoma inside the brain. Management can be done by CT scan or lumbar puncture. Moving on to the last part of our presentation, which is non-neurological causes of headache. It is further classified into local causes and systemic causes. So let's talk about local causes. The structures which are involved here is sinus, eye or teeth. Sinuses, they are well localized in forehead, cheek or in the eyes. It gets affected by posture. When the patient bends, the posture increases the pressure in the sinus region. The ocular, coming to the ocular side, its refractive errors such as short sight, long sight result in the muscle contraction headaches, but that can be corrected by using the glasses. The last part is dental. It is localized to teeth because of tooth decay or any gums in the oral cavity. The last classification of non-neurological cause of headache is systemic causes. So this is a condition where it affects the whole body, which is accompanied by fever or increase in temperature or metabolic diseases like decrease in glucose level or increase in calcium level. So many drugs can also produce headache. There are two categories through vasodilation. The drugs are bronchodilators, antihistamines. So these drugs basically it widens the blood vessels that can produce the headache. And the second type is on withdrawal of certain substances like amphetamines, benzodiazepines, alcohol and caffeine. It can produce headache. So this category is called withdrawal headache. Now let's summarize our topic. Headache is a common symptom that may arise from neurological, vascular, infectious, ocular, dental or systemic causes. Now common neurological headaches include tension type headache, migraine, cluster headache, medication overuse headache, post-traumatic headache and headache due to raised intracranial pressure. Now migraine is usually unilateral and throbbing, often associated with nausea, vomiting and sensitivity to light. Tension type headache is typically dull, band-like and related to stress or muscle tension. The cluster headache presents with severe pain around one eye, may be associated with tearing or nasal discharge. Non-neurological headaches may occur due to sinusitis, refractive errors of the eye, dental problems, fever, hypertension, hypoglycemia, hypercalcemia, or drug withdrawal. So proper history taking and recognition of the flag symptoms such as severe pain, vomiting, neck stiffness, visual changes are important for diagnosis and treatment. So these are my references. Thank you.